Hi there, it's Mike here from Smart Life AV, and today we're looking at a product from Paradigm, specifically the V12 subwoofer. Now, Paradigm are an audio company established in 1982 in Canada. Their headquarters are based in Toronto, and it's one of our favorite brands because a lot of what they make is based on scientific research that has been carried out in conjunction with the National Canadian Research Institute, where they determined that 96% of people like the same type of sound, and that's low distortion, wide dispersion, and a flat mid-range response. So all of their products are based around this, and they've done really well in the hi-fi, home cinema, and media room space. So the V series fits in as their entry-level subwoofer range. It stands for value, and another product in the range is their X series. So the V series is the value range, offering some of those clever features but at a more affordable price point. So let's take a closer look at the product. So this is the V12, it's a 12-inch model. There's also a 10-inch and an 8-inch model available, which are naturally smaller. But the reason it's 12-inch is because of the driver in the front. So the front of the subwoofer, you get this lovely black cloth mesh grille, and at the bottom of that mesh, you've got the silver P, which stands for Paradigm. You can use the subwoofer with the grille off or on, depending on your preference of aesthetics. Now, the driver we have here is the 12-inch. So that driver is the sole driver on this unit. There is no passive driver, a second driver underneath or anything like that. It's one driver, and that driver is made of a combination of polypropylene, which is a form of plastic mixed with carbon. So that is the front firing response that you will get from this subwoofer. As we know, bass spreads omnidirectionally and not in one direction. So regardless of how you put this, it will fill the room with bass. On the back, if we turn this around, there you go, you can see the matte black finish on the side. But as we turn this around, you can see that there's a whole range of ports on the back. So one of the unique features that this sub offers is RCA input, a phono input from, say, an AV receiver, which would do your traditional surround sound, as well as speaker level inputs. So you can wire it from a speaker level output straight into the sub, which is a feature that is preferred by some audiophile end users. In addition to that, we have a volume control, a manual volume control, and your phase inversion setting, as well as a port here specifically for a wireless adapter. Now, the wireless adapter is exactly what it says. So if you're adding this and you haven't got a physical cable in the wall to connect to the sub, it can wirelessly communicate normally within 10, 15, maybe max 20 meters direct line of sight to the receiver. So if the AV receiver is at the front of the room and or the back of the room and the sub's at the front, then you still have a way to use this without having to run cables. We have a standard IEC connection for the power on this unit. Now, one of the things that differentiates this subwoofer from a lot of other entry-level subwoofers is it has the ability to use Anthem room correction. Now, Anthem are a partner company of Paradigm. So Anthem specifically make electronics. They make very high-end AV receivers and amplifiers. And they've created something called Anthem Room Correction, which is a very specific software that allows the device to understand the acoustic properties of a room and then make adjustments to how it's outputting different sounds to make it sound better. Is ultimately the end goal. Now, on the X series, the higher series, you get the microphone to calibrate that in the box. With the V series, it comes separately. So it's something that we would provide in addition to the V12 for you to get the maximum benefit out of this subwoofer. So you may ask how powerful it is. Well, this sub has a dynamic peak output of 250 watts and an RMS output of 120 watts. Now, what does that mean? Well, your dynamic peak is how much power is going to go through that sub at its most highest frequency, whereas the RMS is more of your average. So how much power is it really outputting on average? So the RMS value is really what you look for when purchasing a subwoofer. So we have an RMS value of 120 watts. Now, what does that mean in real world terms? Well, the subwoofer, we would suggest, works best in a small to mid-sized room. Maybe 5 by 3 meters is a good sized room for this type of sub with this amount of power. It's also probably suitable for secondary rooms where you want to add some bass in addition to ceiling speakers, or anything of that nature where a mission critical response is not required. So it's great for listening to background music, enhancing that depth from music listening, and for very small, media rooms where probably everyday TV viewing, but it's not a very large room. And the Anthem room correction really help tune out the greatest frequencies from this product. So there we have it. That is the V12 series. You may ask, why would you want to step up to the X series, which is Paradigm's flagship range of this style of product for the box subwoofers? There's a few good reasons, which we will explore in our X series video. Just to name drop a couple: patented technology, which improves the output on the X series. The cone is completely different. Also, it's a more powerful amplifier, so it can output a response which is much louder, significantly louder than the V series. So I would suggest that if you're truly after the best clarity, the best response, then step up to the X series. If you want something to output clear and reasonable bass in a average size space, then you'll be fine with the V series. If you have any projects coming up that you'd like to discuss with us, then please get in touch via the normal means. Email, website, and social media. We're all there at Smart Life AV. Thank you for watching.